Good evening, my friends. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, and I am your host, Eli King, and thank you for joining me once again on this lovely Saturday, where you can join me every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on your Manhattan Neighborhood Network. You can go to mnn.org to watch me worldwide, or you can watch me on any of your local cable systems if you live in Manhattan. All right. Let's get started with the news. POW flag is up over here. Got the hat on. Basically to honor PFC Bradley Manning, who was found not guilty of aiding the enemy, but was found guilty on other charges. And it basically goes to show you that we have no justice in this country. No fair justice anyway, because he was not allowed a jury. This trial was basically conducted by a military tribunal, and yeah, he's going to be serving some time. But the good part of it, he was not found guilty of aiding the enemy, because basically he took the video footage of the soldiers in Iraq killing innocent reporters, and he released it to WikiLeaks, which is a free press. And if the U.S. government considers a free press the enemy, then we have problems, because as far as I can remember, the First Amendment states that we have a free press, and that is guaranteed in our Constitution of the United States, which we need to save. God save the Constitution. That's how I end my show every week, because I believe it is of the utmost importance, and the most people don't realize until something affects them in life, and then you need the Constitution on your side, and then you realize when you show up to court you have no constitutional rights, and the judge tells you, sit down, you scumbag. You thought you was American? Good one. Huh? You thought you could represent yourself? You thought you could have a trial with a jury of your peers? Right, scumbag. This is our court. We are the New World Order. This is how they think of you. They think of you as animals, pieces of garbage. So, everybody get out there, support Bradley Manning, support all the prisoners of war, all the I believe it's more than something like 8 or 9 people, almost 10 people charged under the Espionage Act by the Obama administration. And most of them reporters, okay? No other president combined, this guy has locked up more people under the Espionage Act, more than any other president combined, okay? What happened to his 2008 campaign promises? That's what I'm wondering, where he wasn't going to arrest whistleblowers. Those promises he took off of his website, okay? Now he's arresting whistleblowers left and right. This guy's like Bush on steroids. Gas prices are damn through the roof, and nobody's complaining. Where are all the protesters now? You know, back when Bush, I'm not saying he's an angel, he's a scumbag too, but back when Bush was president, people were protesting because gas was almost $3. Well, gas is almost $4.50. Where the hell are the damn protests now? I don't sway to any side. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, but, you got to call a spade, okay? Call it what it is. And it just upsets me to see so many people, the society is changing to these, they call themselves liberals, but they are not liberals. They are democratic, so-called liberals, yuppies who like race baiting. I was watching Brian Gumbel last night, and he ended his show with, it was something down in Florida. And he said, well, I'm not surprised about the decisions that go down in Florida. Good on you, Brian Gumbel, you piece of crap. Thanks for throwing in a little race bait in there. It's just becoming sickening. And speaking of race and the abolishment of our freedom of speech, I want to go to this video that comes out of Seattle. basically where they want to ban the saying brown bagging it. I'm sure you know what the saying brown bagging it means. Hey, I'm going to brown bag it to work. I'm going to brown bag it lunch today. Means you're going to take a lunch from home and it's going to be in a brown bag or something like that, Well, anyway, in Seattle, they have a business or some businesses that have a brown bag special. And in Seattle, they say that is racist. If you have a brown bag special, you are now racist. If you order a Negro Modelo, you are now racist, okay? Anyway, let's go to the video so you can see what I'm talking about, and yeah.
Memo is causing quite a stir inside Seattle City Hall because of the words it says employees should not use. KOMO4's Luke Ducey found it has many people asking how PC is too PC.
As people who work in city government, we represent all the residents of Seattle.
That is part of the memo to City Hall that spells it all out. A recommendation to no longer use the terms citizen or brown bag. The Office for Civil Rights says Seattle serves all residents, whether they're citizens or not. Some like it and some don't.
I think it's ridiculous.
In the sense that citizenship means like legal matters. It might not account for everybody.
And while city leaders publicize brown bag lunch meetings all the time, the term does have a sordid history.
It used to be a way that people could judge the skin color.
But do you find it offensive?
No, not at all. I personally don't.
They've been calling that brown bags for years.
And those responses made us think, what else might governments try to ban? Brown bags come from the supermarket near the black olives, the white onions, and the yellow mustard.
Dreaming of a white Christmas.
We all want a white Christmas, and a lot of us tie yellow ribbons around that old oak tree, while UW students spend years walking through Red Square. But the city of Seattle is not alone. State lawmakers just voted to remove all gender-specific words in official records. Freshmen are now first years, journeymen are journey level, and penmanship, handwriting.
Come on, we all know what it means.
To offend or not to offend?
I mean, I think that's carrying it to the point of ridiculous.
Turns out it's a really big question.
So what do you say instead of brown bagging it at the office? Well, according to that memo floating around Seattle, try out sack lunch, or how about lunch and learn? Luke Ducey, KOMO4 News.
Well, there you go. Don't use brown bagging it anymore or you're a racist. And we're going to lock you up, you scumbags. All right? Ooh, all you racists who use that racist term brown bagging it. How dare you? How dare you offer brown bag specials and offend the black people in the African American community? I'm joking, of course. Obviously, it is not racist to use the term brown bagging it. It's been around for years. It is just ridiculous what this country is coming to. And a city like Seattle, it surprises me because their state of Washington actually just legalized marijuana recreationally. So, I don't know, you think they're coming along and then boom, they come along with this. It's like West Virginia, they come along with some great laws, but then they kick you in the ass with some ridiculous ones. Like you're not allowed to exempt yourself from a vaccination religiously. And that's a religious state. I don't get it. But anyway. I'm digressing, of course. Yes, you're a racist if you bring brown bag lunch to school or work. So, and all those other sayings they had, you couldn't say citizen. It's only going to get worse from here, especially with a mayor like Michael Bloomberg. He's probably going to ban you from saying salt. I mean, this is the way it's going, You probably can't even say gun anymore. If you say gun, oh my God, the gun! Look, there's a gun on my shirt! I'm a racist and I'm an extremist. Oh my God. Call the FBI. Google it. Speaking of Google, let's move on to another subject. Google, if you happen to Google backpacks and pressure cookers, you will apparently get a visit to your house because the NSA is basically Google. And that happened in Suffolk County right here in New York. A wife and a husband. The wife Googled pressure cooker, and later on in the day the husband Googled backpacks, and they got a visit from 6 Joint Terrorism Task Force Suffolk police guys. asking them if they knew how to make pressure bombs or whatever. So they're spying on you there. That's just gross. I mean, so don't use Google. Use Startpage or use a private search engine that will not, even though they can watch you anyway. But to deter them somewhat, especially Google, because they are scum. They are the scum of the earth. Eric Schmidt should be tarred and feathered. But yes, do not use Google, and let's try to get away from YouTube. I know I'm trying. It's hard. I mean, but we got to do it incrementally, the way they're hitting us incrementally with the poisons, GMOs. We got to hit them back. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next story. We are running out of time here. This next story, it covers the foster care system traps children into vicious cycle of sex abuse. This is by Leanne McAdoo from Infowars.com. And basically, she breaks it down in this article. I would definitely go to Infowars.com and read the article. She basically breaks it down where the CIA was linked up in 1979, basically selling and abusing little 3-year-olds and 6-year-olds sexually. And it was a big case that 2 federal agents cracked open, and they were going to move in for the arrest, and the CIA came in and said, no, this is an internal investigation, and you will not prosecute these little sick pedophile child molesters. And yeah, so there was a recent raid. My whole point is there was a recent raid the FBI made, and they arrested 150 pimps, supposedly. But what they didn't tell you, or what InfoWars and the LA Times only told us, was that 60% of the children rescued were actually rescued from foster homes, okay? So the ACS comes and takes your children, and they put them in a foster home so that your children can get pimped out like a little child sex prostitute, okay? How exciting is that? How you feel about that? So don't ever give your children away to the ACS. If you got to run away like that couple did in Florida because ACS shows up at my door, you best believe I'm not opening, and you best believe I'm leaving town. I will not let them lay a finger on my children. You will have to take my children from my cold, dead hands. That's the only way you're getting them. Because, yes, I am a real American, okay? I'm not going to stand for your tyranny, you scum. Give me a call, 212-245-7273. It is August 3rd in the year of our Lord 2013. We are live. I want to hear from you, the people, and see what you think about what the hell, all this tyranny that's going on. And we got a call. Caller, you are on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? What's on your mind?
Yeah, sorry, I know I missed last week, but I just saw it on YouTube and all that.
All right, how was it?
Yeah, it was good. You know, you were right on point about, about Obama shooting down protesters now, because now we are like a few steps to a real police state.
Yeah, it was an FBI document released through the Freedom of Information Act, and yeah, he
now with the
basically
fusion centers, now they watch what you do, what you read, what religion group you're in, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, the NSA has a big data mine on every American in this country. They have a file. They have a Google file on you, even if you don't have a Google account.
They have a file on you, right?
Oh, you, me, everyone.
Without even noticing it.
Yes.
And just when you thought you had like 50 states in the United States, you're really seeing 10 sectors. And these are run by officials that you didn't vote for.
Yes, I believe these are the 10 FEMA regions. Yes.
Yeah, we're in FEMA region number 2.
That's right.
Now, I'm going to echo what you said. Now, with the ACS, and you were saying, like, if they try to take your children, because usually what the ACS will come if they find, like, there's abuse and neglect. That's when ACS is usually called and all that.
Yes.
Now, sometimes you can't really trust them because they can put you in another home that is with an abuser, which is not carefully checked on. So that's definitely you have to be careful on as well, too, because you don't know what they do.
Exactly. Well, 60% of these child prostitutes that were recovered by the FBI were in the custody of foster homes and in the children's services.
Yeah,
okay?
You stayed up till you're 18.
And what these people do, what these scum do, they use these poor little children, the CIA especially, is they have these little houses and these little sort of like forts with two-way mirrors in like hotels and apartments, and they in Washington D.C. especially. And what they do is they lure in congressmen, senators, governors, and they entice them with little boys or little girls. And little do they know they're in front of a two-way mirror, and they engage in disgusting acts with little children. And like I said, they're all on camera. So when the bill or anything comes up that they need passed, the CIA or whoever comes up to them and presents them with this video of them having sex with a little child, and they go, hey, you either play ball or we will release this video. Ask Barney Frank about this.
Oh my God! Now, did you hear on the news today about breaking news about some terror plot, like in embassies and all that? Have you been hearing about that?
Oh, yes. They're going to celebrate Obama's birthday tomorrow. And in celebration, they're going to attack all the embassies and burn them down, even though Obama finances Al-Qaeda and all those guys.
Which is funded by Jimmy Carter, well, it was set up by Jimmy Carter back in 1979.
Yes, it was designed by the Carter administration.
Yeah, the Carter administration, excuse me.
But Carter was just a puppet. I'm pretty sure it was the CIA.
Right.
You know, those guys.
Is Al-Qaeda, you know?
Yeah. Anything else on your mind, Steve? I got another call on the line.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's like comic books that, telling kids about cavity search, about liberties and stuff. They put it like in a comic. It's like to prep kids on what's becoming, with the TSA travel, thinking them they're a real threat. Like they got to be searching you in places and all that madness.
Nah, that's what they do. They get inside our children's minds through the comic books and the cartoons. Hey, Steve.
For like a beta test.
Yep, I appreciate the call, brother. All right, let's go to this next one. Caller, you are on the air.
Hi.
Go ahead. What's on your mind?
All right. All right. How you doing? I got my teeth. I got my teeth. Turn my TV down. Yo, listen, man. This is the first time I seen you on TV, and it's probably good to see somebody who's really speaking about what's wrong with this country. All right, I really want to see your program more. Okay, I'm having trouble with the phone.
All right, maybe hang up and try to call again. I appreciate the call. We got another call on the line. You can watch me every Saturday at 6 o'clock. Every Saturday at 6, I'm here live. All right, caller, you are on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, what's on your mind?
I'm going to say right now, first off, this is ACS, the perfect acronym, Another Child Slaughtered. This is a bureaucracy, along with other child welfare alphabets that capitalize on human misery. Their aim is not to solve the problems that are caught up when a host of poor children are, caught up in. The actual aim, insidiously, is indeed to prostitute a host of children to these pedophiles and freaks that are in higher office. I mean, don't you find it odd that two of one mayoral frontrunner and Anthony Weiner, you know what I'm saying, who pretty much gets down and dirty and sending foul pictures of his package to women. Then you got Elliot Schitzer, I'm not going to call him Spitzer, Elliot Schitzer, who got caught having sex with a young lady, if you will, 4 years older than his oldest daughter. And this is who you want to put as controller. It's amazing how people like these guys who talk all this smack about responsibility, and they're going to take down everyone else who's so advice on the main ones, go on the dirt, including Jesse Side Action Jackson, who went and taught kids about sexual responsibility but had a mistress or his personal assistant in your face. So you see, these guys, man, ACS and all these other child welfare so-called help mills are nothing more but front to put our kids into prostitution, drug use, and everything else. Because again, this is what Pink Floyd and all these other groups were warning us about so many years ago. We don't need no education, no mind control, or dark narcotics. But unfortunately, like last week, we found out, and I pointed out on the show, there are a lot of people out there who just like being lied to. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a real American. Peace.
Appreciate the call. Got another call. Great caller right there. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing, boss? I called a while back ago about the 9/11 conspiracy thing that happened with this supposed landing gear that came off one of the jets that hit the towers. They found it crammed between two buildings.
Yes.
11 years later after that.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, does this seem a little bit odd to you that all of a sudden, 11 years later, they find it? Nobody noticed it. No maintenance man, no cleanup guy from around the buildings. All of a sudden, they just come upon this massive landing gear unit that supposedly fell off one of the jets.
Yeah, it's very odd. The whole 9/11 situation is odd. They're still finding bones to this day. I mean, they're just a bunch of boneheads down there, and everybody knows what really happened. You know, they had Mohammed Atta, whose driver's license address goes back to a military base, and they go to the military base, and they go, "Who is this guy?" They go, "Oh, that's Captain Atta from the Egyptian military force, but Air Force." But yeah.
Yep.
Anything else on your mind?
Yeah, well, he was another guy that came in through Canada, of course, too. All these hijackers came in through Canada, and they did this walk over the border, and, you know, it's ridiculous. But thanks for the show. It's a great show. Thanks so much.
Appreciate the call. Let's go to this next caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, how you doing?
Go ahead, brother. Speak your mind.
All right. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
This is the first time I've seen your program, and I just want to know, it's probably good to see somebody who's got something good to say, who's finally waking up. ACS is the most useless organization in New York City. These kids are put in danger every day. ACS needs to be eliminated and let the police department handle child abuse, because these ACS workers all have their own personal agendas when they go to seize these children. It's a business. They make money, foster care parents get money, they don't give it to the kids, they spend it for themselves. And as far as landing gear and 9/11, you know, I was 32B for years, and I found stuff from 1970 on the roof, too. So maybe somebody could have missed it. But the bottom line is, finally, someone on a public access channel knows what he's talking about. And I hope you keep up the good work. And thanks for talking to me. Take care of yourself, man. Peace.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Great callers right there. Let's move on to this this next story by Good Self Me at listmy5.com. Good friend of mine. She writes, celebrities who support strict gun control. Number one on the list is Chris Rock, that scumbag. Yeah, he's a scumbag. This other witch, Gwyneth Paltrow. And this other loser, Will Ferrell. And this Canadian who's not even American, Jim Carrey, who wants to tell us about our Second Amendment. And John Hamm, who I don't even know. He's a scumbag. Oh, anyway, those scumbags. Anyway, we got more on the list from Good Self Me. Matt Damon, yes, Martha Stewart, Goldie Hawn, Tony Bennett, and Adam Scott, which I don't know. But anyway, these celebrities support gun control. They want to take away your right to bear arms. And I find that highly disgusting. And especially from Jim Carrey, you know, I think he still lives here in America. So if you don't like the Second Amendment, go back to Canada, okay, you scumbag? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. So let's go to Drudge Report right now, drudgereport.com, and let's see what they're talking about. Basically, they're warning us of U.S. embassies tomorrow and a big travel alert. The boogeyman's going to come out and get you and get all the embassies, and because of Obama's birthday. They're going to celebrate Obama's birthday and attack all the embassies on Sunday, tomorrow. Yes, happy birthday, Mr. President. Even though he funds Al-Qaeda publicly in Libya. Look it up. Obama funds Al-Qaeda. Okay, people? And this is no lie. New York Times sells Boston Globe at 93% loss. Of course, you know, the dying mainstream dinosaur media is dead. It's over. We are the new media. The people. Public access. Get out there, baby. Ooh, I'm so excited. Oh, boy. All right, let's see what else we got on here. Wrangle. Tea Party is a bunch of white crackers, Charlie Wrangle says. Oh, boy. Charlie Wrangle is a moron because I have the same ideas as the Tea Party. You could say I'm part of the Tea Party, but really I'm a constitutionalist, okay? But the Tea Party and I have the same basic ideas, and they are not just full of a bunch of white crackers. I have met a few Hispanic and black Tea Partiers, Charlie Wrangle, so wake up, okay, my friend? We got one more call. Let's take this last call really quick. Caller, you got about... Caller, you are on the air, and you got about 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot to tell you that, you know Obama?
Yes, I know him.
Yeah, you know he said that he want to arrest people that he, you know, they think they're gonna do something, like they're gonna be arresting people for future crimes and all that madness.
Oh,
and this
like
is what he said in his speech.
Like pre-crime, like Minority Report.
Exactly right. It was on YouTube,
boy.
and I heard it, and I was appalled by it.
What a scumbag.
Exactly. You know, and that tops it right there.
All right.
And I thought Bush was worse.
Good.
But
Hit the
bottom
outro.
man, this guy takes the cake, so I'm
Hit the
definitely
outro
fully
low.
respect of him.
All right, Steve. Fortunately, we're out of time. I appreciate the call. Oh, my friends, my family, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Another great broadcast. Join me every Saturday at 6 o'clock. Same channel, same Batcave, same everything. If you love freedom and you love your Constitution, please, like I said, join me every Saturday. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance.